Hello YouTube, B3 here, back with another kicking action figure review. Yeah, we have a really cool one for you today. It is the Mattel Halo Elite Officer and Ghost figure. Yeah, this is like a big deluxe figure. Came out closest to Wave 1, I believe. But it's really cool. I always wanted the Ghost from McFarlane Toys, the Reach one, I believe. And I never got it. I just never did. I didn't want to pay the cash for it. And I wouldn't have paid the cash for this either, but I got it for $14 on clearance. Yeah, $14 on clearance at GameStop. It's normally about 30 bucks. Which, to be honest, actually isn't too bad for this. Really. But, yeah, it was cool. I really wanted a Ghost. And I broke down and got it. And this is actually what got me into collecting this line. I know I showed my Spartan Helios grill first, but that was because it took me a while to open this guy. Bigger stuff like this normally sits in box for a while. For many reasons, because I got to clear space for it, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, this is pretty cool. I really like the Ghost, and we are going to take a closer look, ironically, by zooming out. Also, I needed more Elites in my collection. It's almost entirely Spartans. So I got a bunch of Spartans. And 3 Elites. 2 of them are mostly the same parts. So, whatever. But, yeah, let's bring it down a little also. Here we have him. This is cool. This is pretty cool, you guys. The Ghost was always my favorite vehicle to drive in the game. I just love its sleek look also. It's just really, really cool. And you can actually adjust it. It's adjustable, which is pretty awesome. The blasters articulate. Choo 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 choo. Go go Elite Rangers! This actually does look like something a Ranger would drive. You got these drive flaps to help with like stopping and stuff, so you can articulate those. That's pretty cool, right? And let's take our Elite Officer off for a bit. These handles you can also adjust, so that's pretty cool. So you can have them in driving poses, hardcore parkour, and the seat also adjusts. So you have it out for an Elite, and you push it in for a Spartan. No big D. No big D. You also get this cool display stand. If you're going to display it on the stand, display it this way, because this part is the one that sticks out. It's hollow on this side. But it's cool. You just pop these pieces into this clear base. It says Halo on it. And actually, yeah, it doesn't have wheels or anything to run on, so this is your best bet, honestly. And I dig it. It's a nice stand. It's got the energy, so it looks like it's really floating. It's clear, so it's not too, noticeable. I dig it. I very, very much dig it. This is really cool. The paint and detail on it are really good. Mattel really nailed it, paint and detail-wise, honestly. You can see all these nice blues even in here in the cockpit. I got a pit for cock. Wait, that's not really gay. Anyways, even on the blasters here on the insides, symbols are very clean. It's just a good vehicle, They obviously put a lot of work into this, and that makes me happy. And it also comes with someone to ride it. Why would? Yeah, that's obviously the best way to sell this, to have someone ready to go to ride it. And, of course, it is a Covenant vehicle, so you would have a Covenant soldier, this Elite Officer, who has a bunch of removable armor, so you can put other Elite armor on him, just like the Spartans can do with each other. You do have to remove the back part of armor of your Spartan or Elite to, boop, fit him on there. But, here he is in all his glory, and we're going to look at all these accessories on him. So here's our Elite Officer with his one and only weapon, and it's terrible. The weapon itself is really cool. As you can see, it's painted nicely. It's just Ooh, yeah. See how he holds it? He has to hold it this way, right? And because of how his arms and everything are, it has to be pointing down. It has to be pointing down. That is uncool. He can't hold it with both hands either, like he should have to hold a weapon of this caliber. No pun intended. But that's the coolest pose you can get him in. The most amateur gun shooting pose in the world. He looks like he's picked up a gun for the first time and is trying to figure out how to shoot it. Bad. So bad. Luckily, that's not the only thing he can do with his gun. Luckily, it's easier to get out of his hands than it was to get into the hand. Here he is with the gun across his back, which looks cool. Now, this looks cool. Like he's walking through the battlefield with the gun on his back. You know, I put the long peg on the back just because that's where I'm putting the long peg, but it looks a little awkward. To be more than completely honest with you. But the long peg is the one made for the back, so whatever. I mean, you're supposed to look at him from the front, and from the front it looks fine, so that's good. He also comes with this short peg you can stick in this leg here for a smaller weapon, which he doesn't have. You can put this weapon on there, but that'd be a little awkward, but you can use a smaller weapon from another figure and put it on there if you want. So that's that, Jack. Now we are going to remove all of this Elite's armor so that you can see what he's like underneath, and also you can see how all the armor goes on. So helmet just comes right off. It pegs up to the top of the neck up here. Does not stay on very well at all. At least mine doesn't. Falling off all the time. So just because of the helmet, I'm probably not going to display him with this armor. But honestly, I could get over the helmet. My helmet falls off my Elite Zealot all the time. I can find it. But this tiny little piece, barely touch it, it falls off. So, I mean, I will lose that the first time it falls off in my carpet. I will lose it. That's a no-go. The one on this side seems to stay on very well, though, so that's odd. Odd to me. Odd indeed. These really cool shoulder pads pop off like this. His butt piece, spine piece, pops out, as you already kind of saw when I put it in. So that's that. Then his thighs. Thank you, ma'am. We also got these down here on the leg. It's kind of similar to the Spartans in the way that they go on front and back. It's easier to get the back piece off first, I think. Just personally. And then he has these odd shoes. When you take all that stuff off, the bottoms just look so dumb. But, you know, they're not supposed to be seen like that. They come off pretty easily. This crotch piece kind of always, you know, it's odd. So I'm going to... I swear, this is just a toy review. Okay, there we go. Whoa. Vagina. Okay. Absolutely a vagina. Actually, probably a cloaca. They do look a tad reptilian. Maybe more like reptiles, I guess. Anyways, then the torso comes off just like my Spartans. Actually, it seems like it comes off a lot easier than my Spartans. Wow, way easier. Okay. Ooga booga. You have him. The Elite. Naked. Wow, this looks insane. Absolutely, this looks insane. Never seen an Elite so naked before. Except for that time Arbiter. Well, yeah, Arbiter. I've seen Arbiter kind of like this. But wowza. Paint and detail on this guy might be better on his skin suit, but I'm not sure. Because he's got more paint detail. You see the skin tones, flesh tones, I guess. Is it racist if I'm talking about an alien? The world may never know. So, especially a fictional alien. I guess it would be racist if I was talking about a real alien. But yeah, you see he's got this silver all painted up on here. More flesh tones, eyes, inside of the mouth, teeth. Like, he might be painted up. I think he is painted up more under the armor than the Spartan is. How odd is that? But he's creepy looking without the armor. But he'll probably stay without that for a little while. Yeah, now let's do articulation. You got all kinds of movement on the head. The head moves all about up and down, forward and back on the arms here. Then you have a bit of a bicep swivel. Well, not bicep swivel, elbow swivel. And bend forward and back on the wrist, rotation. All disc going on the ab. In and out on the legs quite far, actually. Forward and back, all kinds of that swag. Thigh swivel, knee bend, and rotation. And all this foot movement here also. So yeah, pretty cool. Now we're going to throw the armor back on for some quick size comparisons. For our first size comparison of the evening, we have our Elite with some Spartans from various Halo lines. I don't feel the need to do that with the Ghost, of course. And obviously, the Ghost does not really fit the McFarlane Halo figures. But here on the left, from this same line, we have the very cool Spartan Helio Squirrel, whose review is already up if you want to check it out. Both Mattel. Maybe the Elite should be a little bigger in this case. But we'll talk about that in a bit. And then here's the Elite with Master Chief, the Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition from McFarlane Toys. They actually look better. So these Elites actually seem to scale a little better with the Halo Spartans from McFarlane. So that's fancy. And just to show them with another Elite figure, I'm gonna take this out of here. Throw in another McFarlane, my favorite McFarlane Elite. The Zealot. Yeah, so this guy's only a smidgen bigger. Honestly, they look good together, right? Like, this guy's got better detail and paint, but size-wise, they can work. Absolutely they can work. That's really cool. I'm digging that. And I'm higging whacked. Smack 'em. Baller! But yeah, honestly, if they were like the perfect scale, they'd probably be more expensive because they'd use more plastic, it'd be just bigger. So maybe it is better that he's this size. And in case you were wondering, our Spartan Helio Squirrel doesn't fit poorly on the Ghost either. His feet don't quite want to sit on the pedals, but honestly that's not too big a deal. He holds the reins, so to speak, he sits down. It's good enough, I think. So what are my final thoughts on the Mattel Halo Ghost with Elite Officer figure? Well, this is pretty cool. It's deluxe, so it doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece or anything. He just gets the Ghost, which is pretty awesome in itself, honestly. Yeah, of course, the Ghost is pretty much the whole buying point for this. But the Elite's cool, too. I don't have a single carded Elite, so this is really dope. I like him. His armor doesn't seem to stay on as well as my Spartans does, but he also doesn't seem to have as many articulation problems as my Spartan. Because my Spartan can't bend one of his arms all the way, and he can't bend one of his legs all the way. So, yeah, there's a lot of quality control problems on my Spartan. But this guy, really the only QC problems on him are one of the little things on his wrist falls off all the time, and his helmet falls off all the time. So that's that. I'll probably display him with armor on, but I'm putting the wrist things away. Maybe the helmet away if it's a problem. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. This is a cool figure. $30? Maybe. If you're a big enough Halo fan, I think $30 is justifiable on this. I'm glad I only paid about $14 because that's all it's really worth to me. That is a cat. But thank you all once again for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. But that is it. Thank you all once again, and I'll be seeing you later.